Hi, everybody. My name is Robin Da Vinci, and I am going to speak to you about taxes. Again, it's tax season again. We have to pay taxes again. Well, I have worked for 40 years in the industry with people of high net worth. I've worked with small businesses, and I've worked with individuals, and this subject drives people crazy. As soon as the holidays are over, people go into tax frenzy. It can't be tax season again, they say to me. Did I withhold enough? Am I going to get a refund? I think I held out more than I need. I hope you don't make it so I owe any money. I always have the same response. You do not want to owe the government any money, and the government doesn't want to refund you any money. What the government expects from you is that you take total responsibility for your income and for the taxes you owe. And at the end of the year, when the calendar year end closes and you're doing your taxes, all they want is a report. What they're looking for is for you to say, hello, I'm Robin Da Vinci. Here's what I made. Here's what I spent. Here's what I owed, and I paid it. You don't owe me anything, and I don't owe you anything. That's what they want. It has never happened. Only a few times have I come across people who have either owed less than $500 or gotten a refund of less than $500. That's considered zero. If you were able to manage your money and pay your taxes and record your income and expense and come within a few $100s of the final result, that is considered a success. If you're getting a refund of $6,000 because you over withheld and then that money is being put on credit cards, that expense that you couldn't afford because you didn't take your money every month, that's considered not successful. That is considered a mistake. So if you're over withholding on your W-2 income in order not to owe taxes at the end of the year and to get a refund after the year ends and when you file your return, that is the wrong mentality to have in this particular case. So I encourage you to go on Paychex Calculator. I encourage you to put in your family or your partner in you or whatever, put into Paychex Calculator what your income is and what your deductions are, and for you to realize what you need to have withheld from your check every time you get one. It is really important to do this. It is really important to do a checkup every quarter to see if you are not withholding enough. I had done a return in 2021 and discovered that one of my clients had not withheld enough. And so I went to them and spelled it all out and said, please go to your HR person and withhold this much more. They forgot to do it. And at the end of the year, they owed not a lot of money, but more than they could really afford. And they had not gone to HR and reworked their tax items. Sometimes people believe that you don't have any say-so in the taxes that are taken out of your check. That is not true. It is 100% up to you to choose. Of course, there are guidelines and there are charts and graphs about what you should owe, but only you know your personal situation. So when you start a new job and you fill out your W-4, you need to sit down and investigate how much withholding you need to have taken out. You need to prepare. And if in that first part of the year, when different taxes are taken out and withheld, you have to reassess after that first quarter to see if you're doing the right thing. And believe it or not, people don't realize that you can, let's say, file married, filing with one dependent plus $100 each paycheck, or single with two dependents, but please withhold $150 plus that in a paycheck. And that's what you do once you assess your tax situation. So every year you can fill out a new W-4. You are not stuck with the one you did last year if it wasn't correct. If your situation changes because you've divorced or you got married or you're now head of household, that makes a difference for your taxes. That That makes a big difference. So when you fill out a W-4, they're asking you, what is your filing status? Are you married with 4 dependents? How many exemptions do you want? Exemptions are people under 17 and under, not over 18, under 17. So look at your W-4. When you fill out a W-4, that means you're getting a W-2. If you're filling out a W-9 for a company, that means you're getting a 1099, and a 1099 is untaxed. So we have situations here in January where some of you are going to be getting a 1099, and you're going to say, why am I getting this? And you're going to look at it and it might say, we paid you gross amount of $35,000. And you're saying, wait a minute, I didn't pay any taxes on that $35,000, which then opens up a whole nother can of worms, and you need to have a Schedule C business. You will get to take expenses against that, have a net amount. But if you didn't pay in any estimates on 1099 income, you are going to get penalties and interest. So we've got fill out a W-4, get a W-2, make sure you fill out your W-4 with the picture you want for taxes withheld. Go to Paychex Calculator. On Paychex Calculator, put in what your gross income is. It will talk you through the whole process. If you are filling out a W-9, that means that the company paying you believes you're in business for yourself. They will not be withholding any taxes. You are responsible to pay taxes. You will need to make estimates on April 15th, June 15th, September 15th, and January 15th. So you want to make sure that you've got your estimates paid for in advance. Now, if you're already in business and you know how to do this and you owed some money last year, the government is going to expect that your estimated taxes are what you paid last year times 10% divided by 4. They can't expect you to increase your income by more than 10%. So W-2 income is filled out a W-4. When you fill out your W-4, your W-2 is going to reflect what you told them to withhold. In a W-9 situation, they're expecting you as a business person to withhold the appropriate taxes. If you're not doing that, then you will also incur penalties and interest. If on April 15th, no one is ready to file your taxes because you don't have all your information in, please be sure to file an extension on April 15th and send in the taxes you owe at that time, even if it's only estimated. They expect for all your tax to be paid by April 15th of following the calendar year that you just finished. So don't think you can file an extension without paying in what you owe. And you go, how do I know what I owe if I can't get my taxes done? Well, you have to sit down and estimate. And if you don't know how to estimate that, look at your last year and send in an amount of money that seems reasonable. When someone doesn't know, I usually ask them to send in a sum to the federal government and a sum to the state. And if you don't owe state tax, that's great, but make sure that you've made some sort of payment with your extension. People don't often know to file extensions, and most people don't have accountants. So an extension is due on April 15th. I mean, I can get into the other forms of extensions, but they don't apply to individuals. So I'm talking to individuals here, individuals who are W-2 employees or individuals who are in business for themselves. So I hope this helps. I know it's a short-term little fix for a big anxiety problem that everybody has. And I do understand the emotion and anxiety behind paying taxes, but it is a new year. So we have to put a period at the end of 2023. And that means you have to start looking at your taxes. I suggest you get a file folder or an envelope, a big envelope, and any tax information that comes in, open the envelope, make sure you know what it is, put it in the folder or the envelope, and on the front, write all the different pieces of tax information you've gotten. That means W-2s, 1099s, 1099 for dividends, any of the interest income, mortgage interest that you made, everything related to tax. Usually what it says on the front is tax document enclosed, do not throw away, or important. So get out that folder, put tax 2023, and start opening it, reading it, and and listing it on the front of the big envelope you have or the file folder. Check it off. Take 2022's tax return. See what you're missing. Make sure that you have all the documents you need to provide to a tax person or for you to do it yourself. So I know this is simple, but get that folder or that envelope out and start opening your mail. Do not set it aside so that it gets lost. Open it immediately, put it in there, write down that it's been received, and start to keep a list. You need to have a list. And I know these things are things nobody wants to do. Please do it. I already have my folder opened and ready. I've already gotten 7 tax documents that are in there for the tax return for 2023. I don't ask you to do something that I won't do. So I'm trying to teach teenagers how to do this too. So I hope this helps. If you fill out a W-4, that means you're getting a W-2. If you fill out a W-9, that means you're getting a 1099 that tax has not been taken out of, and you need to create a file folder or a big envelope and get those tax documents in. Do not put them anywhere on the side. Do not say, I'll look at it later. Put on your big person pants, open the envelope, see what it says, document it, and get it ready. You will feel so much better if you know, I guarantee. And in the future, I'm going to talk about you getting something on a software or using Excel or taking a class. I'm not here to say stay without skills. I'm going to ask you to make skills, to get skills so that you can understand this better. I want to help and I will, but you also need skills. So we'll talk about that at another time. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And I'm here for you. Money literacy, we all need it. Thank you.